Hey everyone. So Edmonton got destroyed by Detroit last night, 4-0, and have now dropped to 4-8-1 on the season. They're 7 points out of a playoff spot at this point. And I did a video a little while ago about being worried about Edmonton. Yeah, I'm really worried about this team. Now, I'm not going to make the same mistake I did with the Rangers and Canadians and go and say that their season's over and they're out of it because, well, I was wrong about the Rangers and Canadians, and I'll probably be wrong about Edmonton too. The Oilers' season is not over, but they are digging a hole, and a big hole that they don't want to keep digging. Now, their advantage is they've only played 13 games, while a lot of other teams have played, 15 or 16. So they do have some games in hand, but 7 points out of the playoffs at this point is not a good spot to be, especially for a team that people thought were Stanley Cup contenders, division winners, and maybe even President's Trophy winner material. And they're just nothing is going right for them this year. They're not clicking offensively. Cam Talbot is not playing well in net. This season's been a disaster for them, frankly. I think Todd McClellan needs to turn this around, or there's going to start to be some rumblings about his job security. I think there should be some rumblings about his job security. He's a good coach, but every coach has a shelf life, and he's been in Edmonton pretty much for the last few years, and really through the process of this team going from a last place team to a playoff team. Coaches usually don't get to see their way through in a whole rebuild like that. Now, obviously, the Oilers were rebuilding for 10 years from 2006 till basically last year. But so he wasn't there for all of that. But when he got there, they were still a poor team. They were still a pretty bad team. They progressively got better and then last year they obviously made it deep into the playoffs and had a really good run. Expectations were high this year. Expectations were Stanley Cup level high this year. And for them to get off to a start like this, it's unacceptable on the players and on the coaches. So I think that I'm not saying fire him yet, but I think that it should be the idea should start to cross some people's minds. And if this continues deeper into the season, if we get to Thanksgiving, Christmas, and they're still really struggling, then I think it might be time for a new voice in the room. And we saw last year what a new coach can do for teams. Almost every team that changed coaches mid-season last year got a huge boost, except for Florida. Teams respond when coaches get fired. Now, you don't want to be firing a coach every year, but it can do good for a team, and this team needs a jolt right now. They need to turn this around. They need something to kick them in the pants and get them going. Someone needs to light a fire there. So I'm not saying fire McClellan yet, but the thought needs to start to creep in, and as we get closer to the holidays, and if this continues, if they're still if they're 10 points out of a playoff spot still at Christmas, I think it should be something that is strongly considered and potentially done. But yeah, just not a good start for the Oilers, and I'm really worried about this team now. Their veteran leaders haven't really been veteran leaders, and the kids seem to be caving under the pressure, except for Connor McDavid, who's been fantastic. But you can't do it all by yourself. Hockey is not a one-person sport the way basketball can be, where just one person takes over the game. Hockey is really a team sport, and you need everybody, all 20 guys going. This has been about as bad a start as Edmonton could have had. So yeah, they're in trouble. I'm not saying that the season's over. I made that mistake with two teams already, but they're digging a deep hole. So that's just what I think. It's not panic time per se, but it's getting close. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, comment, share, subscribe, follow. Spread the word about this channel. We want it to grow, so let's keep it growing. Follow us on social media now. We've got Twitter and Facebook. Links are in the description for everything. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.